jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
First in the building, Don Vaughn on deck. Salute WCS in the chat. Salute to your brother. What is good? Good morning to everyone. You know what I'm saying? We back at it again. WCS back on the boulevard with another one. You know what I'm saying? AU is on deck. Shout out WCS from Detroit. Bud chasing greatness. Can't stop God's plan. Talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Talk to them, man. Let them know. Speak what's on your mind. You feel me? Shout out to Detroit boxing. You know what I'm saying? Big salute. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-side, A-side, A-side. A-side official. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at. Ain't no negotiating. As you already understood, there's news has been put out to the public, and we continue to stay close to it. You know what I'm saying? And that news is we have a fight that's coming up, and it's a crucial fight. It's bigger than what it is online. It really is. You know, the Canelo Charlo fight, because it really could change the scope of a lot. You know what I'm saying? It really could change the scope of a lot of things, because Jermell Charlo is kind of in the same position as Crawford, just a bit, just a smidge, right? Because Crawford went into that fight with Errol Spence, and they figured that he wasn't going to win the fight. It was going to be extremely difficult for him to get that victory. But then again, it wasn't so much of a lopsided, odds that people thought that Crawford was going to lose. And Jermell Charlo's defense, he is the underdog, seriously underdog. But people are giving him an opportunity because they just don't know. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. See, people are not taking in consideration too much that Jermell Charlo was already defeated by a smaller fighter. And Tony Harrison, he was outboxed, right? And Tony Harrison had much more foot movement and mobility, versatility rather, than, say, Canelo Alvarez. I'm saying Canelo is a flat-footed fighter, but once he starts to touch and really, get his distance and start to slow his opposition down, he has no problem with going to work from there. And then you look at Brian Castaño, the same thing. He was pressuring Charlo, pushing him up against the ropes, and Charlo seemingly in the first fight didn't have an answer. A lot of people looking at Jermell Charlo as the unknown, like we don't know what to expect. We don't know if he's going to go in there and try to headhunt. If he does, it's going to be an early night. You know what I'm saying? Because he's been known to go in there and basically put all his focus on headhunting. But there's a unique, you know what I'm saying, intrigue to this fight with Canelo, because Jermell Charlo wins, he mixes up everything. He's going to stay up there and fight Canelo again, probably because he wants the bag. I don't blame him. And then I don't see him putting any type of attention, giving any type of attention to Terrence Crawford. I don't think he is. The reason why I say it's a unique situation, because Jermell Charlo is kind of giving people the vibes that he's not coming back down to 54 if he wins. He's going to stay at 68 and face Canelo again. And we don't know if he's being absolutely honest with that or not, but he's going to have to make a decision if indeed he's the winner. Also, I don't think that he come close to giving Terrence Crawford the shot, him being Jermell Charlo, if he wins, right? I don't think he'd give Bud the shot. He just don't give anyone that type of mentality that he want to accept the challenge and give the man a shot. But then on the other hand, if Canelo win, who a lot of people have as a favorite, he has a lot on his plate. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot on his plate, as always. And this is what I try to explain to these fighters. You know, Canelo keeps his plate full because of the results that he puts out, right? Even though he has 2 losses, you know, Canelo has worked his way up to that point where his plate can be full. At this point in time, Crawford is working on stacking his plate. You have individuals that want to come and fight him, who's in pursuit of trying to get a fight, but they are not the money fights. You know what I'm saying? That's where it becomes strange. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get the pursuit, but how valuable is the acceptance? You know what I'm saying? Or how valuable is the pursuit going to be if you just stop and say, okay, tell me what's on the plate. So and so want to fight me. Tell me what's on the plate. What's in it for me? Just let me know what's in it for me. He has all these fighters that's wanting to fight him now. But for him, 36 years old, in 9 days, he has to look at it like, I'm trying to go for the money too. Jermell trying to go for the money for fighting Canelo twice if he wins. Canelo already has the money. He's just trying to continue to stack the money. You know what I'm saying? He has time. Canelo is not, considered all old, you know what I'm saying, and damn near out the sport, going on his 40s. Canelo could possibly fight into his 40s, man. You know what I'm saying? He could potentially fight into his 40s, and he's only like 32 years old. Canelo's not that old, but he's been fighting since he's 15, so he has some miles on the speedometer. Recently, Terrence Crawford has basically came out and cleared up some of the static that was out here that people was talking about. You know, they was busy trying to place the culpability of Crawford not moving up to 54, as if he was somewhat avoiding Errol Spence and didn't want the work. It's not even funny anymore when people say he's ducking, because now at this juncture, it becomes like a juvenile term. It's a juvenile cliche term that people choose to use to make themselves feel good than actually the term itself having any relevance. If someone has already been inside the square and beat that ass, fair and square, no controversy to it, and the fight was stopped, you have to give that person maximum credit as to them going in there and taking care of business. But also you have to look at the fan base that's basically the casual fan base who's up here looking at that fight and still feel some type of way about it. When they talk about documentation be conversation, we all know now that for a lot of these individuals, that's just talk. That's just banter. It sounds good because what Crawford has is documentation. He don't need no conversation. But recently he came out on a podcast with Travis Hartman, the real Travis Hartman, right? And he pretty much stated that if one of the two parties could not make 147 pounds anymore, all they had to do was notify the opposing party. That's all you had to do. You had to notify the opposing party. That is it. It is that simple for those of you that's trying to be a part of the team. Per your sources never told you that if anyone could not make the weight, all they had to do was reach out and notify the opposing party. That's all they had to do. They have a TEAM, a team. They could have met, or they, from what Crawford explained in writing, they could have drafted that documentation and sent it over. Once again, those of you that consider yourselves to be on the team, there's protocol and procedures that could have taken place, and it did not happen. So now the narrative for some of you all, now you don't want to believe it. Now you don't want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? Just because you feel some type of way about Bud, he puts out some information giving you contractual details. He's giving you contractual details now. This is what we yearn for as content creators. Details, contractual details, legitimate, solid, truthful, absent of lies. You know what I'm saying? Details. And Crawford revealed to us some solid detail about the 154 pound and 147 pounds. They were saying that the man didn't want to do unto Spence as Spence has done for him. They was pretty much saying, oh, Spence has did all these concessions and basically handed over all these concessions to Crawford. At least he can do the same for him. And that's appalling to me, because these same individuals, the ones that were sitting up here stepping on Bud's name the entire time he was set to step in the ring July 29th. It really makes you wonder, man, how mentally disturbed are these individuals? You know what I'm saying? They're seriously mentally disturbed. So we get to a point of, this has been a huge ordeal now with what we have going on the calendar. We have Bud Crawford admitting that he is indeed in fight camp. I haven't heard too many people speak on it. This is silence when there should be a voice. This is silence when there should be a voice from Errol Spence. We should also hear Errol Spence send out a tweet or go live. If Errol wants to rally his fans for the rematch, all he has to do is go live. He should have a voice right now to go live and let his fans know that the fight is going to be this year and he's taking the 147 so they can shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And respectfully, dot. That's all I want him to do is speak to his fans. I don't need to hear from him. I just want him to speak to those other people that are out here lost. You know what I'm saying? Walking around, pondering, you know what I'm saying? Oppressed, just trying to find their direction right now. This is one of those situations where Crawford has showed everybody he needs to show them July 29th. He showed them everything they need to be shown July 29th. right? Just so happen we're understanding that social media is pretty much the wheelbarrow of segues. When you want a narrative to be pushed, bring your wheelbarrows in and they'll load them up, and all you do is just push it through the YTC and get the reaction that you're looking for. Seriously, that's all you have to do. The news has broke from Crawford himself saying that Spence did not let him know via writing or anybody from his team that he could not make 147. And also, they're trying to say that just because Crawford didn't get the money that he was going to get for 154, now he wants to fight at 147. Listen, people, on paper, he's the 147-pound undisputed champion, bro. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you like it or not. That's FACTZZ. That's facts. Those facts ain't going nowhere. Those facts aren't going anywhere with y'all. What don't y'all understand about this situation? What don't y'all understand? If you all believe that that wasn't a real Spence last time, well, why aren't you out there trying to do something different than you did leading up to the last fight? Why aren't y'all able to get just one interview? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't any one of you all able to get in touch with Errol Spence and have him on your channel? I see Crawford everywhere, bro. I see him in all different podcasts. I don't see him on yours, though. Don't worry about me. You know, I'm straight, bro. Like, I'm just asking you all. Like, I don't see any one of you all coming close to having him on your podcast, on your channel. And that bothers me a bit, because all it takes is for one of you all to have him on your channel to gain clarity out here, so you all wouldn't be out here looking like straight circus acts. All you have to do is get somebody to get in contact with the furniture store. I'm pretty sure they have 2 cashiers in there, and see if they can get get you in contact with part of the team and when they're going to start up fight camp. That's all we want. That's all you need. We want Errol to be able to reach out to you all and tell you some upcoming information, just like Crawford is out here letting people know, hey, I'm in fight camp. The reason why he in fight camp, because obviously the fight's going to be this year. There's no need for him to be in fight camp already if it's going to be in 24. So that told you right there. He ran that flag up the pole. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. I'm in fight camp. I am getting in shape for the end of the year clash once again for this rematch. But yet, on the side of Errol Spence, we haven't heard anything. All I'm trying to do is define a way for you all not to look as stupid as you continue to look, saying that wasn't the real Errol Spence in the ring. And then, you know, he was weight drained with all these excuses. Why aren't you all going above and beyond, man? I'm talking about exhausting all measures to locate, close with, seek, and try to locate Errol Spence to get him to talk. That's it. He did it. Look, he's been proven. I think that was a real Errol Spence. He's been proven that he knows English. Habla español? I don't know. But habla inglés? Sí. You know, it seems like he's pretty fluent in there. We heard him speak, you know, at the presser, and he was checking. You know what I'm saying? He was checking some media outlets for playing both sides. He can talk. But for me, right here, right now, while he was in between fights, why isn't Errol Spence able to be contacted? I really want this to happen. I believe it's extremely beneficial that you all get together and make this happen. Y'all are used to the herd mentality. I need for one of you all to once stand up and be a leader. All right. I need one of you all to stand up and be a leader and take control and try to put together a small search team and locate Errol Spence to basically pull some information, collect some data, you know what I'm saying, some intel. We need that, because if you don't do it and you continue to put out false information, stupid is, stupid does, and stupid continue to be stupid. All I want you all is to gain your credibility back, because all I've been hearing is excuses, lies, fabricated, false, fictional tales. I'm looking at this fight. If it's gonna happen, let's get it over with. If Errol Spence isn't on board to fight Bud Crawford, then in the process of trying to figure out what's gonna go on with Canelo and Charlo, put Boots into the equation. Put Boots into the equation. I don't care how much shit Thurman's talking. When he had the belts, he went on a long journey outside of the ropes. You know what I'm saying? He was everywhere that people couldn't find him, playing instruments on top of freaking cliffs and mountains and shit like that. Let's put Boots in there. I want to see these two brothers once again, you know, let these two brothers fight. Because people keep throwing his name in there, right? Let them fight. You know what I'm saying? Because the top tier names, in my opinion, are all black at the welterweight division. You got Errol Spence. You got Keith Thurman. You have Boots Ennis. Seriously, look, Crawford already done fought Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? There's no need for him to fight Yordenis Ugas. Nothing in that fight. So the only two names he has left is Boots and Thurman. If Spence isn't going to take the next rematch, please come out and let us know so we can move forward. So these individuals who are constantly walking around here whining, bitching, and crying all the time, all times of the day, you know, so they can get some clarity within themselves and be quiet, you know what I'm saying, and go to their resting place, you know what I'm saying, so they can go to their resting place. If it's a closet in the basement, the trunk of an abandoned car, you know what I'm saying, an empty shoebox, you know what I'm saying, a used trash bag, any of those places that they believe that they can get some serenity and peace, solace. Let's do this. We need to move forward, period. We need to move forward. Toby Bartlett on deck. What's good with it, Toby? Salute WCS in the chat. We're global, baby. We're global. 24 hours a day. Hot grease and hot chat. Come get it, strays. Yeah, you know, be careful about that one stray that keeps on. I did a live late last night, and you know, we have strays that's starting to work their way over here, and I understand. I totally get why they're here. It's because they're bored. Seriously, they're bored. You know what I'm saying? Arrow's not talking to them. Shout out to Tyrese in the building. Yo, what's good with you, brother? PM is asking me a question that is out via tweet. He put this out, and that is all I can tell you, brother, is that Bud Crawford, sent out a tweet and insinuated that 180 is not that far from 168. So who am I to basically deny that he may or may not be at 180 right now? You know what I'm saying? So since he said he was at 180, there are certain individuals who are also assuming, you know what I'm saying, that he's not going back down to 147, which is just lunacy, because these are the same individual that was bragging about Errol Spence at one point in time being 187, 189 and dropping weight all the way back down to 147. You know what I'm saying? They forget that they the same individuals that was bragging on how Errol Spence was that high, that elevated. The numbers was that elevated with his on the scales, and he still made it back down to 147. I got it. You know, I'm guessing someone on Team Spence could write. If so, no excuse. Hey, that's all I'm saying. Whatever you needed to make that happen, a number 2 pencil, a ballpoint, a permanent marker, even chalk. You know what I'm saying? Even chalk, or a charred piece of glass, and you can engrave it into the wall and cut that piece of wall out and mail it to Team Crawford. However you can do it. Or you can just simply go along with technology and place your fingers on the home keys and type up, draft a message and let them know. That's it. It's the resources are there. They're accessible. I'm guessing someone on Team Spence could write. Yes, sir. Joseph Bailey on deck. I see you. What's good with it in the building? Salute WCS and Toby. Salute to you, PM. Errol Sesh was made up the excuse he was weight drained, not him. Well, that was part of the excuses they was making. You know, it's just everything that was dealing with Spence going in there, looking the way he did was filled with excuses. I mean, filled with excuses. And that's just not good conduct when you're talking about hardcore boxing fans. They want to act like that man was under the influence of something. You know what I'm saying? But yet they can't prove it. They can't prove any of it. They say he was under the influence of drugs. They can't prove none of it. Your man was weight drained. They can't prove none of it. Why? Because Errol himself has never mentioned anything about being weight drained. If you're going to be Errol Spence fans, at least get on one accord so you all won't be out here looking crazy, man. I mean, one of y'all acting like you get it, and the rest of the 99.5% of y'all act like you have no clue. Y'all all talking about different shit. It's all negative. It's all negative shit. And the only fan base is upset and irritable is y'all. You all are projecting all this negativity, but it's not making you any more happy than what you are. What's going on, bro? That's mental health right there. That's mental health. Y'all need to go see a therapist, bro. Aerosexuals. Hey, if that's what they're saying, man, I don't too much put stake in that. If he is still out there enjoying himself, you know what I'm saying, partaking in recreational beverages, if he chooses to do that, then that means what Terrence Crawford did to him the first time. He's pretty much saying, living out of pocket, he don't mind going in there and allowing it to go down the same way a second time. You know what I'm saying? So if indeed, you know, these snotty boys are up here saying that he's out there enjoying, you know, the nightlife again, well, he's sticking to what he said. He loved living out of pocket. And you know, when you give somebody that much money, $20+ million, that's a lot of money, bro. And if you love living out of pocket, you know, like he said, whenever he chooses to get back in camp, and we're talking about he has more than 8 weeks now. 8 weeks is considered solid. You know, solid. He has more than 8 weeks now. He has the entire month of October, an entire month of November, period. So I'm going to go out and assume really that for him, he probably feels like there's no rush for him to get back in camp. But from what the information that Crawford put out, he pretty much said that the next fight is going to be at 147. Point blank. It's going to be at 147, man. That's big news. That's big news. Real talk. What's good? Said Devil Dog, they don't have a leadership bone in their weak little bodies. Well, even the PFC's got the network. Somebody's head of the network of the E1s. Even the Lance Corporate Network. You know what I'm saying? They said about the Lance Corporate Network. Somebody, anybody, please stand up. Even them, they have somebody in there that can make something pop. You know what I'm saying? Somebody. That's all I'm saying. One of them E3s can be leaders. One of them are looking for a meritorious mass. One of them looking to step up and separate themselves. They just was enjoying being inside the herd mentality. There's a lot of stuff to go on inside those groups. You know what I'm saying? The network they have. And it's fun for a while. But this, when it comes to Spence, it's not fun anymore for the snotty boys, because it's causing them to just walk around here stressed. The boxing outlet, if you're listening, it's amazing that you want to leave comments, right? But you seem like you don't have the skin, the amount of depth you need to start this up with me. You're talking about I'm spreading lies. I don't know why you're entirely focused, and that's the first time I ever jumped on your live. So I would say that you continue to make thumbnails of cross dressers. You know what I'm saying? And you continue to enjoy your life doing that. There's several other creators that's around here that love putting thumbnails up of men dressed in drag. That is not me. I do not have to get my word across by making thumbnails of black men in drag. You do, obviously. That is one of your fantasies. That is what you love to do. And I get it. But you don't have to bring that over here to me and leave comments and say that I'm spreading lies and all that, because you have shown that you are impulsive. You want people to listen to that rhetoric that you pushing out over there. That makes no sense. And I'm saying, like I say to all the other ones, if you have all the evidence, if you all have all the evidence, like everything that we've heard, Errol Spence, it wasn't him, all this evidence of Bud cheating, if you all have all the evidence, why aren't y'all able to make any type of change, man? You all seems like you just talking and pushing this like people gonna believe. You're not changing or moving the needle at all. So all I'm saying is, if you got the evidence and you're saying the man cheating and you want to push out that his gloves was all that, and I tell you the gloves look the same, and you kick me off your panel, don't leave a comment. No, don't drop any comments to me, bro. Because obviously you wrapped up in whining, and you're one of the snotty boys that's just over here bitching all the time, and you want to push your own, your bogus ass narratives, but yet none of you all is changing anything. Y'all cannot even get one interview. You can't get anybody from the team. Who is his team? You know what I'm saying? Why can't y'all get Diddy James to come over here and dance a two-step or three? That's all I want. Get Diddy James over here, man. Get Marvelous Jarvis. What happened? Y'all used up Marvelous Jarvis? Ain't he still in the camp? Get Marvelous Jarvis over here, man. Y'all used that man up last time. He did like goddamn 50 interviews on this bitch. Recall Marvelous Jarvis back over here and try to get him to tell you what's going on in the camp, man. Seriously. Recall him back over here. He should still be in the camp. But all I'm saying is, it just seems like y'all want to quarrel all the time. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all about making it contentious, but yet the smart ones look at it like, bro, we're trying to progress forward. The reason why you want to argue with me is what? You want to argue with me over old news. Or or you want to argue with me over something that you fabricated. So which one do you think I'm gonna take? I'm not gonna take either one of them because it's not even worse. Some of this shit is worthy to the debate. But when I hear the snotty boys crying and pouting, and you bring up BOK Prime and Crawford leaving negotiations, I can't do it. I can't do it. I just can't, man. I can't go back to no BOK Prime shit. I can't go back to, him fighting David Avenesian. All y'all come up with these alternate, what I'm saying, alias for David Avenesian. Man, the man is on his record as a win. Period. Now we're moving forward, and Crawford has gave you the details that y'all refuse to talk about. Y'all was busy up here talking, saying he didn't want to fight at 154. Why? Because he felt that Spence would be more dangerous. Just 7 little measly pounds higher now. Now, I'm going to break something down that no one else has put out here either. And this is going to break their hearts. And shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. You know how I'm coming. Check this out. And this is strictly to the chat. This is strictly to the chat, y'all. Because everybody else on the outside, I don't need for you all to understand where I'm at with this. But peep this out, y'all. They are constantly trying to say Bud need to fight him at 54 and 54 and all this. But do you know that Bud has already beat this man at 154 pounds? Do you know on fight night that both fighters was higher than 154 pounds? Do y'all know that? I hope I didn't do permanent damage based off what I just told you. Because you know how I can peel back layers and shit, bro. He already defeated Errol Spence at 154 pounds. On fight night, both fighters was higher than 154 pounds, man. Both fighters was higher than 154 pounds. Terrence Crawford has already defeated Errol Spence at 154 pounds. Yeah, they may have weighed in below or at the 147 limit. But on fight night, if you really want to be technical, both fighters was above 154 pounds. It's been said even both fighters was damn near at the low 60s. Both fighters was above 154 pounds, y'all. Like, look what Errol Spence said. On my life, both fighters was higher than 154 pounds on July 29th. That's a FACTZZZ. Facts. That's facts, bro. So that's another area that you all can just put to bed. They was already 154 pounds on fight night. So why are y'all sitting up here pleading and begging for him to fight him at 54 and he already beat him at 54? He already beat him at 54, bro. He already beat the man at 54. It's no dispute, debunking. Crawford already beat this man. And now he's coming out telling you all who's saying that he don't want to give Errol Spence the shot at 54. He's letting you all know that the fight's going to be at 47. And no one sent over any documentation to basically warrant conversation that Terrence Crawford is afraid or hesitant about fighting Errol Spence at 154. Now, I'm pretty sure there's some other, criteria behind this as far as money goes. But right now, it's out per the tweet. You know what I'm saying? Per the tweet, you know what I'm saying? Based off Travis Hartman. Shout out to him for getting the exclusive. Boots and Thurman, I agree. No need for Bud to fight Spence scraps. Shout out to Carlos in the building. What's good with it, Carlos? WCS salute. I haven't got any notification the last few vids. Anyway, we're ready for the grease. I know, man. They're not doing it, bro. You know what I'm saying? It gets like that sometimes. Like, really, it gets like that. It's nothing I have control over, man. That, when you're basically operating off someone else's platform, you really don't know what's going on. You don't know who's operating the engine. You don't know who's the mechanics. You know what I'm saying? Who's the engineers? We don't know who it is. I picture them being the group of junior enlisted that skate and hide out in the barracks whenever they can. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, bro. At one time, hey, I did skate and hide out at certain points of the time when I knew they was trying to gather us up, corral for some shitty details. Yes, I did go into a disclosed location, the undisclosed location, and make myself covert. Yes, I did. It was beneficial to my career. I think Boxing Outlet is a bozo showing gloves and snack conspiracy theories like Fury versus Wilder all over again. You have to look at it like that, bro. Like these individuals, man, he's gonna feel some type of way about me because he asked me, does the gloves look the same? He got these cloudy, you know what I'm saying? These cloudy screenshots of gloves and making no freaking point except him saying, oh, why that glove like that? Why that glove like that? Why that glove like that? That glove like that. They look the same to you? Yeah, they look the same. And then he kicks me off the panel. I said, and then he want to come leave comments. Bro, I don't have nothing to say to you. Like I said before, you all continue to make these false accusations each and every day, and you're not changing anything, bro. You're not changing anything that happened. You know what I'm saying? Are y'all dumb or you're stupid, man? Like, what's going on with y'all? You all went on this rampage, running the smear campaign prior to. You experienced for yourself on what happened. You mad, but you don't understand. You're making other people angry too. So he goes in there and destroy your idol, your Lord, your God, your King. Now you back to the same thing. You all are not the smartest in life, man. Because if you wanted to convince anybody who was paying attention to your channel, all you have to do is locate team members, bro. Just locate team members. Just locate team members. If you want to know anything about, try to get in contact with Bernie the Boxer. Bernie has shows where he has his number out there for you all to call in. That's all you have to do is speak to him. He'll be the right one. He'll lead you in the right direction if you're on some bullshit. Guaranteed. That is one gateway that you have. All you got to do is call Bernie the Boxer when he's live, right? And if you have any grievances, if you want to talk about the gloves, if you want to talk about the snack program, if you want to talk about all these areas of all these freaking areas of concern for you, that would be the time to do it. Or shoot him something on the DM to tell him to can he go live so you can address certain issues of concern instead of going out here doing a video all the time, coming up with all these accusations, and you're not changing anything. You're not changing anything. You're saying the man's cheating. He's on pads. You know what I'm saying? He had loaded gloves. Nothing. Did the Nevada State Athletic Commission impound the gloves like they did when Panama Luis was caught? Luis Resto was caught. They impounded the gloves that night based off Billy Collins Sr. freaking grabbing hold of the glove and found out. You know what I'm saying? Even Derrick James tried to have his Billy Collins Sr. moment. He grabbed hold of Bud Crawford's glove. That wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't enough for y'all. You still want to, sleep in, close to the nutsack. That wasn't enough. Why didn't Diddy James request to the commission to impound the gloves at that moment, based off his suspicion that they're loaded? Why then Diddy James have the commission, the NSAC, Nevada State Athletic Commission impound the gloves to get past this. If he felt that the gloves was freaking loaded or altered, and that contributed to him beating up Diddy James fighter, unlike any other fighter has ever done in his career, why hasn't any more evidence came to the surface? You have to ask yourself that. If you can't find that shit out, like I said early, shut the F up, because you're making yourself continue to look different, special different, retarded different, mental health different, schizo different. Shout out to Mac World 1 in the building. What's good with it, brother? Checking in. Salute W says salute to you. I see you on deck with it. Shout out to Omaha on deck. NO say Avenesia was ranked number 5 in the whole welterweight division. They are showing how casual they really are. Well, I think he was number 6 at the time, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? It really matters if it's one or the other that, you know. I'm just saying, because they would quickly say, oh, you don't know shit about boxing. DKSAB, a DKSAB, a DKSAB. Don't know shit about boxing and don't know shit about boxing. You know what I'm saying? They'll be there clapping. Oh, he got something wrong. He got something wrong. and them niggas be wrong all the time. But no, see, that right there, that was different. That was different. Because how do you expect me to goddamn be right 100 times and 101 I get that wrong? You say all the rest of the 100, it didn't mean shit. Nah, dog. I swear, man, you gotta keep a healthy grin in all of this, because it can become wearisome at times, knowing that people are willing to remediate the same trash. I believe in recycling. I do. I believe in recycling trash, but not at the expense of my time. You know what I'm saying? If I'm able to purchase products that's from old trash, cool. But I'm not going to keep trash, hoard trash. You know what I'm saying? That goes for freaking media content too. I'm not going to hoard trash and recycle it and think it's going to damn increase in value. You know what I'm saying? No. I have so much of a catalog of receipts leading up for the last several years, leading up to July 29th. And then to hear the flip-flop of these individuals that's out here talking now as if they don't get it. All you have to do, I repeat, all you have to do is find a team member of Errol Spence and seek and you know, seek them out, request. Just put in a formal request, man. Just like what was supposed to happen if one of the fighters didn't want to or couldn't make the 147 pound. Just submit a request, man. Say, excuse me, please, 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 please. I'm at your service, your beck and order. All I want is for you to speak to us, because therefore we can understand where you at in life. We want to have one of our spokespersons be able to be granted an interview so we can get clarity on where your headspace is at this moment. Though we understand that July 29th was near tragic, we are happy to know that you're doing well and you have since been on vacation and you have been able to travel around and enjoy the fruits of your labor with your family. That's all you have to say. Just goddamn it. Just take the effort, man. Find a way, because what you're doing out here is shameful, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, some of you all, y'all cats are under influence of some shit, bro. For real, y'all need to damn set up that appointment for a psychoanalysis, bro. Really quick. You know what I'm saying? Crawford is letting y'all know details of the freaking contract and what it said. Stop saying this man and you're gonna accuse him of steroids if he don't take the fight at 154. Who cares? Accuse Crawford of anything you want, but one thing you can't absolutely accuse him of is the way he went in there and let his hands intoxicate Errol Spence so much to the fact that his conscious became semi. You feel me? I mean, when somebody's hands intoxicate you, you know what I'm saying? That becomes a problem because their coherency is now brought into question. That coherency was brought into question when he was on the canvas. You know what I'm saying? That's from the left and right. Yeah, from the left and right. Altered Errol Spence's judgment, his balance, his equilibrium, his coordination. That causes him to be on the canvas on his ass. I know y'all didn't like that. Along with him getting off the canvas, there was some discoloration on his facial mask. You know what I'm saying? There was some discoloration, red in color. We don't know exactly what that was. It looked like it was blood, or it could have been, the fruit, the juices from the fruit that he had been known to consume, prior to certain videos coming out. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends, you all. It all depends. Don't take it personal. All I'm saying is submit a formal request for somebody on Team Spence to talk to y'all. We're tired of hearing the same exhausted, boring ass, freaking made up fictional stories, bro. Just give us something that's new and refreshing, god damn it. Just give us something new. We're tired of hearing the same shit. Swat Jones on deck. What's good, bro? WCSOG salute. Salute to you, man. Nelly Content, what's good? Good morning, WCS. And good morning, everyone in the chat. Good morning to you, brother. We almost at the afternoon over here on the East Coast, but we still got to handle what we know most. What we know most is that these aerosexuals still out here not listening. Crawford has put out more information and gave us details per the real Travis Hartman. And slowly but surely, he's giving us more and more details. See, it's a difference between the details as Crawford is giving us. He's giving us details that really are crucial to what we're looking for right now. Why? Because so many people are talking about what he ain't doing. He don't want to fight at 154. He's scared. He thinks it's going to be more competitive. When he's telling you all that no, the fight's going to be at 147 because one, that's where I got my belts at. Two, per the contract, which you didn't know about, if one of us couldn't make 147, all we had to do is notify the opposing party, and we'll take it from there. That's all you had to do. That is it. How simple is that? How simple is that? But I guess it's coming from Crawford, which happened to be one half of the matchup. You know what I'm saying? Who's 1-0 right now? Who's 1-0? It don't make any sense. That's what I'm saying. Y'all are freaking sozzled, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are still not getting it. Y'all are still basically immersed in potation, pop valiance, inebriation. You know what I'm saying? Under the influence of something. We're trying to get past and move on and trying to go to bigger and better things, trying to see what's going to happen with Canelo, who's fighting next week. See if Crawford could potentially go for the grandiose of them all, 3-time undisputed. It's going to be a long road in the next couple of months to see how things work themselves out. You know what I'm saying? Because I really hope that Crawford don't really pursue Jermell Charlo, because I think he'll be moonwalking if he does. Even though he's going up, I really think he'll be going backwards at this point. Because Jermell Charlo loses to Canelo, I really think he's just gonna bitch and make it difficult for any type of negotiations. And we ain't trying to hear that. As boxing fans, we got to put our feet down too. Don't close your ears. You got to stand on some shit that makes sense. Don't sit up here and let these people get you riled up. You have people that's embedded in one camp. I'm not embedded in Crawford's camp. I'm not, bro. I'm not. I've been to several fighters and seeing them in their camp, seeing them in fights and all that. I'm not embedded. He just happened to be one of my favorite fighters, one of my top favorite fighters, real talk. And that's not just because he won the Undisputed. It's been like this for a long time, right? So people are going to feel the way they feel. But you have some individuals who are going out here trying to make every live stream a war. I'm not. I get on here and I talk my shit about Crawford, and people get mad and how I do it. I'm not going on here talking about Errol Spence every day. I'm just talking about, hey, this is what I see in this particular fight, just like Deontay Wilder. This is, what I thought about Deontay Wilder, this, and this. Teofimo Lopez, you know what I'm saying? Shakur Stevenson. There's a lot of fighters out there. I want to see David Benavidez get his shot. I like David Benavidez as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what he does in November against Demetrius Andrade. You know what I'm saying? Both of them fighters together. People are gonna really that fight is really gonna pick up some steam once it get closer in October. It's gonna pick up some steam. Now for this fight right here that's going down next week, Crawford has, he has a little bit of stock in that. I mean, for the fact that not a lot of people believe this rematch is going to happen, right? Not so much any culpability of Crawford's, but so much to the fact that Spence, he might not take it. That's what I'm saying. Some of these aerosexuals need to get in contact with him and figure out what's his POA. POA is plan of attack. What is his POA? I need to know. A lot of other people would like to know. So find out what Errol Spence's POA is, so we can kind of get an idea if he's just going to fight somebody else at 154. You know what I'm saying? If he's going to fight Thurman or any one of them cats, let us know, bro. In the meantime, Crawford getting a shot at Canelo, because that's who I thinks is going to win. It'll be very, very interesting. Seriously. It'll be very interesting to see him take another risk, high reward, and go up there 3 weight classes, 2, whatever, and fight Canelo, who they consider is a bigger fighter than Crawford. Crawford's too small once again. He's going to be considered an underdog. It works out just fine, man. It's lovely. It's lovely. Continue to be great. Continue to be great. But the implications, man, we have to wait for the results to play out next week. We have to wait, man. We have to wait for the results to play out. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Shaw News, the Sauce Experience, aka Showtime Shaw. The news, Shaw News, is in the building. What's good with it? Salute to you, brother. Team Tucker official on deck. Strange activities from some of these content creators reporting on this Crawford Spence rematch situation. Very strange. You know what I'm saying? Very strange. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying our best to not call everything they put out a lie. We're doing our best not to do that. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Look, if it was the first time, okay, mistakes are a fact of life. It is the response to error that counts. That's all. If they thought like that, cool. If you make a mistake, the first time you do it, cool. But if you continue to retread or reciprocate the same action, it is called a what? Choice, goddammit. It is called a choice. It's not a mistake no more. It's called a choice. You choosing to act the way you do. Salute to you, brother. You already know. Arnold Brown, what's good? Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz some more in the building, man. Salute to you, Bruce. OG on deck. 402 on deck. What's good? True Me Today, USA Boxing on deck. Coach in the building. If Errol Spence had neurological issues from the car accident, why is his fan base saying Spence would do better in the rematch of 154? Did the neurological issues all of a sudden disappear? Well said. Inquiring minds would definitely like to know, because this was one of the narratives that they was busy pushing that wheelbarrow uphill. They were saying, you know what? This fake ass Dr. 805 came out and said that my wife and I was having a conversation as we was watching boxing for the first time. And my wife said, is something wrong with him? And I said, yeah, babe. Yeah, he has residual neurological damage. Look at him. His eyes, his facial structure. I mean, people that have strokes look like it. It's some people that's perfectly fine to have that look about them. Now, of course, he does sound different than what he was previously to the accident. Yes, sir. But when you're talking about documentation, none of these cats have documentation. None of these cats are proving that they're nothing like Dr. 805. The information that they putting out there, just as this right here saying he had residual neurological damage at 147, residual neurological damage does not disappear when you're saying the man is weight drained. So you're saying if he hydrates himself, the neurological damage will absolutely evaporate. You know what I'm saying? It will absorb itself. It will go away, disappear. And that's just not the case. But that's a damn good point. Where is it all of a sudden? If you're saying the man had neurological damage at 47, he definitely going to have that residual effect no matter what weight class he's at. And then the higher the weight class, the what? Harder they hit. So will it be beneficial to you to be encouraging this fighter to go up to 54 where they hit harder? I don't know. Because weight cuts can, put you in a position where you feel different and all this other shit. But that's a good point, coach. Real talk. That's a good point. Did neurological issues all of a sudden disappear? When you talking about people who really don't give a fuck about Errol, of course it's going to disappear. Of course, it's going to disappear. Because they want it to disappear. Seriously. They want that shit to go away so they can talk about something else. For you aerosexuals out there, you need to find out the answer to that. If you said the man had neurological issues at 47, where did they go at 54? And why do you feel so comfortable allowing this man to go to 54 if you was concerned about him having residual neurological issues when Crawford was putting those left and right and his hands was having a different type of communication with the facial structure of Errol Spence? You have to figure that out, brother. Seriously. They losing their minds and becoming delusional. What's going on with it, Jay? Breaking news. They've been delusional. The snotty boys, they've been delusional. Come on now. They've been delusional. Call it a mental disorder. Call it strange behavior. There's really no substitution when it comes to them. There's no substitution. I don't want to call them or identify them with these harsh, abrasive names, but they make it so easy. They make it so easy. God damn. Come on, man. Come on, man. You're falling short right now. God damn it. Where's your coordination? Tighten up. Did you get popped behind the ear? Damn. What the hell, dog? Mac World One say free Bo Mac. Yes, sir. Free Bo Mac, man. Free Bo Mac, man. We definitely pulling for you to get up out of there because I know that sucks. Real talk, man. Your home is over here. You know what I'm saying? Your home is in Omaha, bro. So yeah, free Bo Mac, bro. Real talk. Free Bo Mac, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, God damn it. That's a fucked up situation, man. Stickum Boys Fishing and Sports in the building. What's good? On deck, salute WCS. Yes, sir. We on deck with it. It's Wednesday, of course. I mean, it's Thursday. My bad. Turning 30 years old, goddamn make you forget, dog. God damn, it's Thursday, shawty. Damn, man. Did I just mess up and say it was Wednesday? Shit. Shout out to Easy Work Boxing on deck. What's good with it, brother? Salute to you, man. Hope all is well your way, man. Appreciate you pulling up. This has to be the worst meltdown in boxing history. Yeah, I can agree, man. But you know what? When they keep on just meshing and massaging and putting all this, it's almost like molding clay, man. For real, it's just almost like molding clay. Like you think you about to, make something and form it into some type of object or whatever. You spend all this time, but then it just don't turn out the way you want. All you do is just mush it back down into a ball and start over again. That's pretty much how I see these freaking aerosexuals, bro. You know what I'm saying? They continue to just play around with clay. You know what I'm saying? They really think they building something. Then it wasn't shit to begin with. So they mesh it back down again and try to build something else. You know what I'm saying? It's still going to be clay at the end of the day. In their case, it's still going to be garbage. I mean, the man, I hear people listening to what Crawford said, and still, he's saying he's fighting 47. Then these other cats up here saying he ain't going back to 47. I guess it's all about going against the grain for fun. That's what I see. Jessica on deck, man, I see you. What's good with you? Salute on deck. JD on deck. Do y'all believe that Errol Spence is definitely going to take the fight at 47? Or he's going to move on? Because he does have issues that he has to deal with. And one of them is on the pound for pound list. You know what I'm saying? So do you believe he's going to actually take that fight, being he has to deal with that issue on the pound for pound list first? You know what I'm saying? He has to go in there. A part of me said that I rate Errol Spence high on a scale of 1 to 2, 2 being the lowest. I rate him a 1. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to his chances of winning. All right. But also, I look at it like this too. He handled that embarrassment pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying? Like the hug, the embrace that he gave Terrence Crawford post-fight. It reminded me of, how sometimes you might have met a classmate in elementary. Those of us that went to elementary the whole term. And then you didn't see them again to high school. And you walked up and said, oh, man, damn, we went to elementary together, the whole elementary. I mean, most of the elementary together. And they might have left in 5th grade. You ain't seen them in several years. And then like in 9th and 10th grade in high school, they come and check into your school. That you find out they going to your school. That's the kind of embrace that Errol Spence had with Crawford. Like he ain't seen him in a while. Like, man, I just want to tell you, man, the issues that we had before July 29th, man, that's over, dog. So pretty much he was conceding again. Okay. AG again. He was conceding again that he got that ass beat. But now I'm going on my own personal, it's almost like a missionary. I'm going out here to help try to discover a way for them to get in contact with Errol Spence, man. I really want them to kind of get some type of clarity here. And the only way that's going to happen is that Spence stop being selfish and talk to these people. Because all the hospitals are full. Y'all haven't heard? All the hospitals are full, man. They can't fit no more people in the asylums. They're full too. They got the motherfucking warehouses. You know what I'm saying? They got them warehouses packed with them trying to goddamn make more and more straitjackets. You know what I'm saying? All them goddamn seamstress from freaking Korea, Thailand, all them. And I'm not being freaking prejudiced. I'm just saying what I seen in life. I seen some of them warehouses when I was in Korea. I seen them making shit. Yeah, that shit exists the way it used to. But they just can't keep up with the mass production of straitjackets, man. So all I'm saying is the only thing that can stop this, exterminate any further freaking infection, is the fact that Errol Spence go live and speak to these people. Speak to your fans, man. Speak to them. God damn, they lost as hell. They're working off anger, man. Spence, if you need a scenario for me, listen. I know these aren't your kids. I know, real talk, you don't consider them to be family. I get it. But just look at as if you was giving back to the community, Spence. Just think about you giving back to the community. So one of those areas that you was gonna give back to the community is go to the local orphanage. Just consider it to be an orphanage. You're going up here to the YTC and look at it as an orphanage, and you have a lot of kids out there that's just yearning to be, to see you, to talk to you, and for you to motivate them. That's all you have to do, bro. That's all I'm asking. Just treat it as if you are pretending to go up there and adopt 5 to 10 kids. You know what I'm saying? Let them believe that when they walk out and see them sports cars, that's going to be them. But then say, you know what? We're going to go get some lunch. We're going to think about this on which ones we want to adopt, and we'll be back. You're coming back? Yeah, we're coming back. Okay. And you just go back to Texas. You know what I'm saying? Treat them like that, but at least you talk to them. At least they was able to see your face, hear your voice. Don't just say nothing to these aerosexuals. They're lost, bro. They're lost. It ain't no help for them really, Spence. But I just think if you was to just talk to them and identify them as your fans, that's what they need. You're not connecting with them, bro. Connect with them as fans, man. Appreciate that, Toby. Y'all hit that like button if you're in the building. We got 29 likes in the building, and we have more than 29 on deck. So, you know what I'm saying? Hit the like button if you choose to. You feel me? Whoever fight Bud next gonna have irreversible brain damage. Don't do it, Errol. Your fans ain't worth it. No, I gotta disagree with you at Macworld, because Errol Spence has been on record as saying he loves living out of pocket. And if that man loves something to that extent, I got to support it too. I got to help him love what he loves, especially if it deals with him fighting the rematch. Look, if there's nothing out there for Bud next, being that Canelo's going to be tied up, Jermell Charlo, he's just, he's not going to be that guy to accept the challenge. And all the other fights are not lucrative enough to say, yeah, I want to spend my time in fight camp and I'm fighting Keith Thurman. It's not going to get him up. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to give him that extra drive. But, the big money fights, yeah. You know what I'm saying? The big money fights is going to get it done. But one thing that I feel that needs to be done a second time, due to what we are seeing out here on the YTC, is the fact that we need to see an Errol Spence, Bud Crawford. At first I said, no, let it ride. But then I say, no, let's see it again. Because it allows for both fighters to get paid a pretty decent bag once again. And also we get to see part 2. You know what I'm saying? What's better than part 1 there, Macworld? What's better than having just one part? Is having 2 parts. You know what I'm saying? You have more to talk about when it's 2 parts to a horror show. You know what I'm saying? And we're getting very, very close to Halloween. And you know what Halloween can be. You know when Halloween come around, they're gonna start grabbing those freaking those screenshots of when Jason was in there swinging those left and right blades. You know what I'm saying? When he was playing multiple freaking parts in there, when Bud was playing Jason, Freddy, he was playing a lot of roles in that mug. and it didn't look pretty for his victim. I would definitely like to see a part 2. It's only right, bro. It's only right. For real. It's only right that we have part 1 and part 2. With everything that we've seen in part 1, oh my God, the sequel has to be amazing. If Crawford ever has that opportunity to fight Canelo and he's victorious against him, nothing but respect to Crawford. I mean, I got respect for the man now. I believe it'll be a very, very great showdown, man. It'll be competitive. More competitive than what people give him credit to. But no way am I going to discount the ability of Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? Canelo Alvarez. He stepped up and took risk. He's been in there with bigger fighters than Crawford. But Crawford is showing people that his dynamic and who he is as a person is a one of one when he steps in here with the doubters. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence was a doubter. Errol Spence proved that he was a doubter. He did not look. He said, on God, you're not going to stop me. He said, on God now. Mentally, Errol Spence believed that smaller guy he was standing across from him could not present any type of danger, any type of punishment. He didn't have the strength. Errol Spence believed that. He said, on God, no. He thought as deep as you can get internally, mentally, that nothing Crawford had was going to stop him because he's been in fights with bigger fighters. And he felt that no one on Crawford's resume would ever lead him to think that Crawford could stop him. He said, on God, you won't stop me. On God, you'll never stop me. He put it on God, bro. And we seen how it played out. Seriously, he put that shit on God, bro. He didn't have no doubt that Crawford was that dude. None whatsoever. And the fact that he thought the way he did, his coach thought the way he did, his fans thought the way he did. That is why we're seeing what we're seeing out here in public with these fans running around here trying to create all these false lies and narratives and all this malicious rhetoric and running smear campaigns, because they too is still suffering from July 29th. It's damaging, bro. It's extremely damaging, y'all. Yeah. You know, Jessica, you talking about what you forgot. When there's so many excuses in the bag, sometimes you forget what's in them, especially if you don't dump the shit out and find out, okay, let me just process this. Let me do an inventory. God damn it, I know it's like over 1,000. Let me do an inventory of this motherfucker. You know, you get exhausted, bro. Period. You get exhausted. Shout out to Truth Bomb on deck, man. Crawford torching these guys. This is 1,000 times better than I could have ever imagined. They big hurt. They are, man. They extremely disappointed to the point where, since they wasn't able to fulfill their desires, you know, by living vicariously through Errol Spence on July 29th, now they out here in the general public just running amok. I would say it's sad, but it ain't, because you have adults that's out here understanding their loss when they continue to do the same thing over again. You know what I'm saying? They didn't believe the ultimate test of a man is not where he stands in the moment of confident convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. That was a moment for Errol Spence to prove, you know what I'm saying, and challenging controversy. He was that guy. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence said, on God, you'll never stop me. On God. He said, on God now. Who's there to hold him accountable on his morals and principles? Because he was absolutely wrong, goddammit. Now we got to go around here and babysit these niggas, for real. It felt like he put on weight, that extra fat pad, his brain or something. So you try to say he did put on weight up there. So is it any evidence to show that the weight that he was putting on, because you know, Sir Senior, we got to go back in time now. We got to go back and to the index. Is it any evidence that shows that if by chance that you gain weight when you're cutting weight to that extent, they talk about losing water, having low water on the brain. What about the fat? Is the fat the last to leave around the cranial cap? You know what I'm saying? The cranial cap. Is the fat the last to go from the brain? You know, they say it loses water, and that's why fighters are getting knocked out from depleting so much weight, right? Is that the case? Does the brain not cut weight like the body? I don't know, man. That's interesting. You know what I'm saying? Does he have extra layer of fat up there in the brain area? For real. I don't know, man. It's a Dallas thing. Blessed up, Mr. Bartlett. When Spence lost the coin toss, I about pissed my pants because that was the very first crack in the Big Fish Dam. The beginning of the meltdown. So hold up, man. That's the first time I heard that. Okay, I give credit where credit is due. You know, especially if someone has a silver tongue. You know what I'm saying, and they are sly with the words. You know what I'm saying. They are a bit insidious with their verbiage. This man says, when Spence lost the coin toss, that was the first crack in the Big Fish Dam. Now, you know, I can go many ways with this because truth be told, I'm just saying, truth be told, if you're going to talk about it as a crack in the dam, then how in the hell that was supposed to be Moby Dick? Explain that one to me now. You trying to tell me it was a dam big enough to hold Moby Dick and he couldn't jump over that motherfucker? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that where we at right now? Moby Dick was held back in a dam because that's what he said he was. He said he was Moby Dick. So Moby Dick roll up. He said, oh, man, fuck this shit. I ain't got to stay here. Moby could have leaped over the dam into the next body of water. Now the landing might have fucked Moby up because that's what they talking about, residual neurological damage. The landing might have fucked Moby up. I'm just saying. But you said it yourself, bro. You said that was the first crack in the Big Fish Dam. You know what I'm saying? I agree. You know what I'm saying? That might have sent some little crack and fragments down there. But look, bro, we talking about Moby Dick. Moby Dick should have been able to swim up to the dam, leap over that, and land in the body of water below. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it wasn't 3 feet deep because that might contribute to the residual neurological damage. You know what I'm saying? Rebel, what's good? W says, salute my God, Team Bud, Team Shakur. No doubt. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately for Shakur, he has people that is attempting to basically muddy his name just because of his association with Bud Crawford. But one thing they're going to find out too is the fact that, you know, iron sharpen iron. That's all I got to say. Iron sharpen iron. And the emperor himself is on the rise. You know what I'm saying? You know, Shakur Stevens is on the rise. They can sit up here and make all these false lies. Tell me he was gonna get 8 million and all this other shit. Man, stop it, bro. Stop it, man. Y'all foot soldiers are something else, bro. Y'all just march for anything. Y'all don't even march for a common cause. Y'all just out there walking. Where we go next? Yeah, make a left up here. Where we go next? Make a right up here. Okay, shit. But what we actually going though, man? We just walking though. We just trying to let them know we out here in these streets. But what's the purpose though, man? For them to see us together. That that WCS, he's always talking about we're not together. We're showing him that we can walk around the block and we're together. But nigga, we don't need to be walking around the block. Have we got in contact with Spence yet? That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping he down here. But nigga, we in the A, dog. Spence in Texas. Oh, for real? Oh shit. Why you didn't tell me that, man? Let's go to Texas then. Oh, you aerosexuals, you snotty boys, boy. Y'all just don't have it, man. Shout out to Gertz on deck, man. Y'all just don't have it, bro. I'm telling you. You don't got it, bro. Y'all don't got it, man. Y'all in a state of confusion. I ain't gonna lie, man. In a state of confusion. Don't get mad at me because I'm not walking around mad and irritated like y'all, bro. Hey, I got Zhang again. I have Zhang again. I can't see T-Bone. I don't know who T-Bone is, but I can't see him for some reason. I can't see him. I don't know if there's somebody that's already in the chat, but I can't see him. But I have Zhang. The reason why I have Zhang is that Joe Joyce, for him to get lit up the way he did with the same punch, is the same thing that Daniel Dubois. And I mean, come on, bro. You're fast tracking, Joe. I like Joyce, man. But you're fast tracking and you're in the heavyweight division. And what's up with y'all heavyweights? Like, y'all can criticize the shit out of Deontay Wilder, but the most damage I ever seen him take was against the top heavyweight in the sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, really damage. The rematch and the trilogy. But, man, come on, bro. Joyce, man, the way your eye look, man, you need some help. You know, so I got Zhang, man. I got Zhang. Even them strays in here, hit the like button for the OG because WCS is giving you guys a home and somewhere to come to. So at least you could do is so the least you could do is hit the like button that is free. You ain't lying there, Toby. At least they could do, Toby. You know what I'm saying? At least they could do. At least, dog. At least they could goddamn hit the like button. Don't get mad because it ain't no fish crumbs out this motherfucker, man. We spent all that time feeding y'all ass leading up to the fight. At least you can do is hit the like button and remember what we did for y'all already. He good. He lied on God. He did, bro. He said on God. He didn't see it. And look, this is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, of all the channels on YouTube, there has to be somebody that can speak with Errol Spence, like Terrence is doing. Terrence is all over the place. You know, either he in their studio, you know, he's making his tour, or he's in his vehicle. I mean, somebody get in contact with Spence. Is it that Spence just don't give a damn? Because Crawford has said he's in fight camp. Big news, big news, big news. He said he's in fight camp. Why is this man in fight camp in September? Why is he in fight camp in September, man? He has to be fighting in December. And look, why would he get in fight camp if Errol Spence has turned down the fight? I'm guessing that he's in fight camp. Fight camp costs money. Period. Fight camp costs money. So far at this point in time, I would assume since he's getting in fight camp, Errol Spence is taking the fight in December. Right or wrong? That's what I'm getting from it. That's what I'm getting from it, bro. Now y'all clowning. Tell me, is there any evidence Errol can box? I give Errol his props. He can box, man. He got heart. Seriously. I mean, any man on that level to take the amount of punishment he did and keep getting up, I got to give him his respect, man. You know what I'm saying? I talk my shit, but I got to give Errol his respect. He kept getting up and kept getting up and kept getting up. But then I have to weigh the my deductive reasoning and trying to find evidence as to why I'm a bit puzzled. Because on the outside, post fight, they're saying the man had neurological damage. But then I look back in hindsight at the T-Mobile massacre. Every time he was knocked down, he got right back up. It doesn't seem like the equilibrium and neurological damage was affecting him to the point he couldn't get back up. He got up multiple times, bro. The fight ended when he was on his feet. You know what I'm saying? So I had to give him his credit, bro. Put that belt out on these snotty boys. Hey, man, I have to, bro. I have to. You know what I'm saying? I have to pull it out and get him one of them thick leather belts. You know what I'm saying? I have to make sure that buckle is made of something different. Because sometimes those of you that actually got whooping, because I know I got a lot of younger crowd on here that don't even know what whoopings are. You know what I'm saying? Y'all grew up in the timeout era. Excuse me, Charles. Timeout. I'm going to give you one chocolate chip cookie while you're there. Okay? And one small glass of milk. By the time you come out of timeout, I want your attitude to be happy. I want the happy face. Okay? 2 minutes until the timeout. Charles, do you want another chocolate chip cookie? I came from the era where they were swinging belts, and sometimes that belt buckle was released. And where it landed was on the back of your body, your head, all that shit. For real. When you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. True. I agree with that. These snotty boys need a little discipline. They're getting a little out of hand and cheeky. Listen, Toby, don't ever think these cats are getting out of hand, because they're doing the same thing over and over again. They're coming out with more and more false accusations that they themselves know is not going to bring any change on anything that's been recorded and registered. It's already there. It's documented. If someone was to sit up here and rob them, the first thing they're going to do is what? They're going to call 911, or they're going to defend themselves, right? Okay. So since we know that the case, why haven't we seen any action taken on these false lies that they're putting out there? If it was Pez, why haven't A and B sample came back yet? If it was fucked up gloves, why haven't any glove been freaking impounded and an investigation started on these fake gloves, on these altered gloves? Why? If Terrence Crawford is juicing and all this, why haven't any tests came back to prove your point that he has indeed been juicing? You know what I'm saying? If he had loaded gloves, if Errol Spence is not medically fit to step in the ring, why haven't we heard any type of announcement that he's retiring from the sport or he's moving up to 154? We haven't heard any of that. But what we do hear is the trash compactors going off every day. You know what I'm saying? It's sitting up here compacting all this damn loads of garbage that y'all continue to put out about, Terrence Crawford. He ain't doing this. He ain't giving no concessions. And he was this. And no. Y'all are looking crazy, real stupid right now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all looking real stupid, bro. I don't like using that word stupid, but for y'all, it sounds like a word of kindness, man. Y'all looking real stupid making up all these lies. You know what I'm saying? Y'all making up all these lies every fucking day, man. But yet you can't get that man on your channel. None of y'all. What about Diddy James? At least get Diddy. No, I don't want to hear. I ain't gonna lie. Earlier I said get Diddy James. No, Diddy is just gonna sit up here and tell you the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker sit up there and sound like a Tyrannosaurus Rex and shit. What? All I asked you was, okay, can you give us a little bit of insight of if Errol Spence is in? Derek, why are you so upset? Damn, I just asked a question, bro. Damn, you turn into T-Rex all of a sudden. I just asked a question about, have you heard anything from Spence? Have you talked to him? Because last time we heard that y'all haven't talked. So inquiring minds, especially me, I just want to know if you still his coach. I swear to God, dog. All I want to know is if y'all still a team. Oh my God, that nigga mean, dog. Just mad, dog, all the fucking time. All I want to know is an answer. Spence is defeathering a deep frying chickens on his form in that hot grease, of course. Did he have some chickens, bro? Did he have some chickens? Seriously, did he have some chickens? Because I would think what he really needs is a man-made pond and to raise his own catfish or whatever fish he needs. Just raise him up like that, since he's the big fish, since he has, look, Tyrese, when you get to a point where you want to put tats on your body of fish, you need to have a man-made pond on your property, and you need to basically farm raise your fish, so you can go fishing and you can eat what you're raising. You know what I'm saying? I think that's smart. I think it's smart, bro. Now, Arrow eating chocolate covered strawberries running through a meadow, strap season. Yeah, man. You know, I try to tell people about that redness that was showing on his face, that it might be that residual strawberry juice that's affecting him. And people didn't like that too much. But I'm saying, if he puts it out to the general public that he loves eating chocolate covered strawberries, how do we not know that his body isn't still releasing that shit out over a period of time? You know what I'm saying? I never had yak and strawberries or strawberry yak, but I don't know. That might be the drink of all drinks. Somebody let me know if you ever try that. You know what I'm saying? You drink a sip of yak, you eat the damn strawberry, yak, berry, yak, berry, yak. You know what I'm saying? And see what it tastes like. It might be a hidden gem, man. I'm not lying to you. It might be a hidden gem. Real talk. One would say he has sugar in the tank. I don't think he has. I don't like calling another man that unless he really gives off those vibes that's where he's at. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's where he at. He don't give me off those vibes. I know what you're saying. I'm just trying to keep it on boxing. I know you're gonna bring on Yella. I know you're gonna bring in all the other, but I'm just trying to keep it on this rematch. I want to see him rematch Crawford. If he's not gonna rematch, just make an announcement. Say I'm moving up to 54. Crawford can have the rematch. Okay, now I can start speaking about potential matchups for Bud. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna be his potential matchup if Errol Spence is not gonna be the one? Who's next? You know what I'm saying? Who's next? Kind of get the idea of what would be an exciting matchup for him if Errol Spence chooses to abort mission. You know what I'm saying? But man, I will be back on later. It's about 12 over here, Eastern Standard Time. Man, y'all hold it down. Continue to look and don't pay too much attention. You know what I'm saying? You can hear somebody. That don't mean you have to listen attentively, because some of the shit they be saying is just crazy. But man, big shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-Side official, man. Y'all already know. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Continue to support. Hit the like button. I'm out.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss. Now you counting stars. Should've practiced more. Should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.